Hey everybody. It is finally, Age of Aquarius. You've been waiting for it for such a long time. And I can honestly tell you, I feel so blessed to be living at this incredible time on planet Earth. As a soul having a human being experience, I can understand why I would have chosen to be here now. It is just amazing as we're shifting from, sort of like this one sort of overall way of being or, parallel way of being, that we call the 3D, very much sort of like, ruled by like greed and, weakest link and those sort of things, the winner takes it all type of thing. Whereas we're moving into what we call the more 5D New World sort of energy. Where when we look for a weakest link, what we're really looking for is an opportunity to help strengthen the whole chain, which is fantastic, which is obviously a lot of what the sort of energy of Aquarius is all about, because they are the incredible humanitarians, always there to help others, which is such a beautiful thing. And even though Aquarius is an air sign, they also have that water flowing thing. And I think I've got a particular sort of affinity for Aquarius because my best friend is in Aquarius, her son's in Aquarius, and even though I'm a Cancerian, my moon is in Aquarius, so I really get along quite well with my Aquarius buddies, and I'm really excited. I sort of looked at my own chart, my own zodiac chart, natal chart, and I'm quite excited about it. If you're not familiar with your natal chart, there's a free version. It's not a very detailed version, but it gives you a lot of information. In the description below, it says free natal chart. Also for my best friend who does a lot of my absolutely incredible, thumbnails. There's a link for in the description, as well as AC Digital Marketing Solutions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these beautiful spellcasting oracle cards, which I actually got specifically for my 2021 readings. And I am just going to draw one card for each zodiac sign, so there will be a link down below, like a timestamp in the description, that you can check out. And what you can do is, if you want to, look at your sun sign, which is your zodiac sign, look at your moon sign, which is your emotions, look at your rising, which is how you sort of do things. If you may be interested in finding love or getting the clarity of that love, where things are going, look at your rising, your ascending. Love, look at Venus, and communication, look at your Mercury. If you're interested in my chart, I'm not going to give you all the houses and the degrees, but my sun is in Cancer, my moon is in Aquarius, my rising is in Sagittarius, and my communication and my love, or my Venus, is in Gemini. All right, so quite a chart, and I love it. I love my Geminis too. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to do the air signs first, obviously starting with Aquarius. Then I'm going to do the fire signs, the earth signs, and I'm going to end up with the water signs. I'm going to end up with Cancer, which is my sign. All right. For those of you that are always supporting my channel, I want to really let you know that I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you are new to the channel, if it's your first time here, I'd really like to welcome you. My name is Adrian. I'm an intuitive healer. I practice holistic wellness, and I'm also a spiritual regression hypnosis practitioner. If you are interested in maybe learning crystal healing, there is a link down below for a course that I'm working on with a team that you can sign up. Please remember, if you do sign up though, and there's any sort of questions, queries, concerns, anything like that, you still need to contact the company directly. Okay, so let's get started. So exciting, so exciting, so exciting. So Aquarius, reconciliation. So this is about things coming together. This is about finding, that real soulmate energy. And this is not just, when we talk of soulmate, we almost automatically jump to twin flame as well. But, when we speak about twin flame energy and soulmate energy, it is that connection that we have with everything. It's a soul that decides to incarnate into planet Earth because it's got a twin flame soulmate connection with Mother Gaia. This is things really lining up. This is all those broken links that you thought were never going to work out, and those things that were so challenging, and maybe those dreams that you had had, you're like, oh, I'm working so hard and I'm really committed to having it done, but is it ever really going to happen? This is the universe coming and giving you that hand, that helping hand, so that you can, like your heart's desires can actually really just come through, which is obviously incredible because, this is your time, this is your moment, this is your time to shine. Gemini, psychic abilities. All right, fantastic. So Gemini, this is really a time where you are sort of like, for many of you, making that distinction, that very important distinction actually, between what is sort of just a beautiful, incredible, artistic imagination that you have and what is psychic ability. So for many of you, you may have, I always feel that Gemini is born with very sort of strong psychic ability naturally, because also they really pay attention to life, even when they don't try to, which is why you sometimes overexert yourself. But, then also you have this rich, beautiful, incredible sort of imagination, which is what I love about Gemini. And with Gemini so strongly in my chart, I suppose it's no surprise that Peter Pan's like my favorite story. It's like my all-time favorite. But this is the space where you're going into, where even you yourself is getting the clarity as to what is sort of like real psychic flow, and what is a beautiful mind that you sometimes have that you use for manifestation. And so you're beginning to actually get the best of both worlds, which is really cool. Let's see what we got for Libra. New beginnings. So for some of you, you might have really been struggling, and you might have been really trying to get things going and get it off the ground, and maybe you've been struggling for days, weeks, months, or years, for most of your life. And you've always been trying to do the right thing, to go to the right sort of avenue, to get things to work out. But it's like you just kept on running yourself into walls, boom, 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 all the time. And this is a space where beautiful new beginnings is coming in for you. A lot of you were really very much in training for this moment that's coming right now, but you didn't really want to be in training. You sort of wanted to be sort of like, in running and ruling. And now you're actually getting the opportunity to do that. And some really unexpected opportunities could come around for you that you, in your wildest dreams, would not have imagined. Very, very nice. Okay. Aries. So now we're going to so those who are our air signs, and going to fire signs, and we've got Aries. Aries, lighten your load. Okay, Aries, I feel that a lot of you have really been taking a lot of strain. It's almost like you recognized a lot of people really needed a lot of help, a lot of support, a lot of guidance, a lot of love. I feel that for many of you, if you haven't really stepped forward for many people in the way that you did, that they themselves may have folded, so you've done really incredible work, and it's time for you to really sort of take a load off right now and to just enjoy life. And as we obviously take a load off, we go into that incredible surrender space. So the dreams that are in your heart and that you wanted to manifest and were manifesting all along actually comes back to you, and also that positive karma, all that wonderful things that you've been putting out there coming back to you in wonderful, incredible, positive ways. Leo. Compassion. Leo, this is a bit of a wild run for you at this particular point in time, because in many senses it's almost like you don't have as much, sort of like your hands on control on things as you would like to, that make you feel comfortable. But you also want to think that there's a whole universe that actually supports you, that is there for you right now. And, there's, for many of you, there's a lot of sort of heartache and pain and challenges and things like that coming up at this particular point in time. And, be kind to yourself. Let that energy heal and flow through for you. All right. Let this beautiful, incredible time in the universe, let it really assist you. Let it really be there for you. Okay. Sagittarius, confidence. Okay, this is a time for you to really, a lot of you have got very beautiful dreams in your heart, and you've got a lot of potential, and you've got a lot of things that you can do. A lot of sort of like opportunity, possibility, availability, that sort of thing. And you are really encouraged to step forward boldly and to embrace life and to embrace your opportunities and to open your heart, open your mind, open your soul so that your heart can smile and your cells can light up. Because and you know, even if you're struggling, you know, with confidence, which I can actually relate to, because recently I actually, you know, signed up for an incredible course by a gentleman called Kane Ramsey, because I started this new project and my confidence was just kind of like kaplunk, you know, and I realized that I had to do something about it. It was time to clean out a little bit, you know, inside. It always helps when we constantly work on on ourselves, because if we don't, we start to fall behind, you know. So Sagittarius, time for you to go for gold. There's really incredible opportunities here, but it requires you to also, you know, sort of step forward into the light and allow that into your heart. Okay. Let's go to the earth signs. We're starting with beautiful Virgos. Virgorians, strength. All right. A lot of you have done, you've really worked hard on yourself, you know, gone through some many challenges there, but I want you to take a moment to breathe and just look back and to actually realize how strong you've become lately, you know, how okay many of you have actually become with not being okay, you know, with things that would before sort of like, you know, make you trip all over the place. And I want you to actually, you know, pay attention to that, because there's incredible strength coming through for you and also shining forward. If there's definitely a sign, you know, an energy that we're looking towards as we go forward, it's definitely Virgo, because you are coming into the time where, you know, with that supportive energy of Aquarius, where, you know, really the desires of your heart can actually just come forward, because you are ready. All right, you've done the work. You very much sort of operated in an Aquarius sort of way. You've done the important foundation work, and now you can step forward. Let's see what we've got for Taurus. Taurus, freedom. You know, for some of you, especially I think the last, say, maybe year and a half, some of you literally felt, you know, you felt in a cage. You felt locked in. You felt like you kind of lost the will to live, you know, the point to living. Like, it's like the harder you try, the less some of you really sort of made it, you know. You kept on running yourself into these, you know, obstacles. But I also feel that for many of you, you know, you got the point behind the obstacles, that it was when you keep on running into them. Okay, maybe I should just work on this. Maybe I should just heal from this. Maybe I should just be quiet and actually get the lesson. And for many of you, I felt that you really did. And so now you're stepping forward. Life really had to make you very strong. Okay. And for many of you, you really got that lesson. You got the strength. And now you're going forward so beautifully. You're so ready for incredible things. Okay. Capricorn. Let's see what we got for Capricorn. One more second. Okay. Capricorn, friendship. Now, the thing about Capricorn is you're such an incredible sign, you know, such an incredible energy. But the thing about Capricorn is, and I think especially for you, especially coming in this, you know, this especially early part of 2021 up until, you know, especially until the end of February and after there, even so much more, you may really find that you, you know, that you catapult forward fast, quickly, beautifully, that people get you. A lot of people don't understand that you've got that natural sort of understanding that it makes sense to love yourself first, you know. You've got that honor and respect for yourself. And a lot of the world would have sort of not always gotten that, so they would have kind of always not been too crazy about you, in many ways, and many times sometimes with your choices. But it's like the world is sort of waking up to something that you've always been aware of. So whereas a lot of people, you know, you can actually look forward to a lot of people that sort of turn away from you to actually turn towards you now. Okay, lovely stuff. Then we go to water signs. We go to Pisces. Pisces, you've got blessings. Look at you. Okay, blessings. And you know what, Pisces, this lovely thing is that it's almost like the universe is acknowledging you right now. Now, all of us, but especially because you've got the thing that you always are, you're really there for everybody. You really give your heart, your soul, your mind, your time, your energy, everything, very often to the detriment of yourself. And life is really saying, you know what, I've seen that. So you can look forward to a beautiful blessing. It's for many of you, especially if you've been feeling stuck, it's like you wanted the good things in life, but they weren't coming to you because a lot of you haven't actually allowed that space, for the blessings to come through because you were so busy serving. Whereas now all those wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things coming towards you, so you can look forward to an incredible, beautiful surprise, which I like to see. Let's see what we got for Scorpio. Scorpio, forgiveness. Now, Scorpio, a lot of you have, you may have been carrying around with you grudges and things that people's been done, and you wanted to get people back, and you sort of had like this dark sort of fantasies in your mind, and and it doesn't really serve you that well, and you're actually getting to see that. And in that sense, when you get to see that, these sort of like holding score of what you've done to me and what you haven't done and when you were there and when you weren't there and that sort of thing, as you're getting that, sort of like banking favors and, banking like little revenge plans and things like that, doing everything sort of like an ulterior motive, not wanting to do the inner work, as you get that none of those things are really serving you really, really well. And you're opening yourself, it's like you're letting go of all this baggage. Your life is really just expanding so, so, so beautifully, okay? Really incredible things. Opportunities that were always there that you never actually recognize, okay? And then we obviously end up with Cancer. Cancer, beauty. There we go. So Cancer for you, a lot of times because you're led by your emotions, so much. One day you're up, one day you're down, or one moment you're up and one moment you're down. And in that sense, you may sort of have this reputation of sort of being a little, quite temperamental, not always that trustworthy, all those type of things. But I feel for so many of you, you are separating from that almost lower vibing version of yourself that weren't always, bringing you the best possible outcomes to the truth and of the realization of who you actually are. And that in itself can only serve you well because it's the self-love that you have for yourself, the inner and the outer beauty that you realize that you have, because Cancerian's got that beautiful sort of moonshine type of thing going. The world just somehow becomes even a more friendly place for you. That many people that may have wanted to help you before and be there for you before, they were sort of a little bit too afraid. They're now stepping forward, okay? Which could also obviously be a beautiful, wonderful thing for love. All right, see you all next time. Namaste. Love and light.